Hello, this is the RPG Crawler, and welcome back to Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. Now we're going to hit the sea and then figure out where to go from there, but first we're going to go ahead and check in with Adair and level him up, because it's been a while. We'll give him Athletics and Intimidate. As for Fighter Powers, wow, he is a couple levels behind. So this is the one that draws Strength. It lets you regenerate on each attack. That one gives you more health, while this one gives you the Resolute. I think more health is best. And then Power Strike, of course. And that'll work there. Got another level coming up. Now, I'm not using him, so that's alright. I think Clean Sweep is going to be our best bet. Oh, I can't take that yet. Alright. Unbreakable. There you go. That one's good. In case I ever do need to use them. Alright, now can we do the next level? No. Well, weapon mastery, sure. And another level. Okay, it has been a while since we leveled Adair up. Now we can do it. Clean Sweep and Inspired Discipline. Sure, that'll work. Oh, and for one more of these. Let's give him Mace. Or no, let's give him the Warhammer. Warhammer. Oh, another one. Okay. And we will give you Critical Defense. Okay. Another one. So you can tell I'm not really going to use him. Let's go with a confident aim and give him a better chance to actually hit things. Alright. Alright, back aboard the ship. Now, I can go to Neketaka or I can go up to Magran's Teeth. I think I'm going to go to Neketaka. Assuming I don't have anything else I gotta do. Let's check the quest list. Alright. Got that one bounty I'm not doing. Got that, which I haven't even got Aloth on my party for a while now. Skipping ahead, that's I haven't got the message yet, although I suspect that I might soon enough. Honored Guest, I can go to Harbinger's Watch. In the Southern Seas, which its difficulty is that that's that companion. This is the expansion DLC. Difficulty is story based now, and then Waits in Fire. Let's do He Waits in Fire next, but first let's go to Neketaka. Yeah, I'm going to be intercepted. Hasongo is a mound of wreckage on the horizon when you see a dozen junks sailing towards you. Even at this distance, you can tell that they are making good speed. And one of the ships pulls up along yours, and a well-dressed Amawa man approaches the edge of the deck. You recognize Atsura, the Grand Secretary of the Royal Deadfire Company. Timely of you to show up, boss. I was just scribbling down my daily report. Maya folds her arms and nods across the gap. I'm afraid it'll have to wait until I can return to the Brass Citadel. He nods at Maya. It's good to see you again. I see you continue to leave your mark. He is gazing towards Hasongo with a peculiar smile. The Adra beacon, visible even here, shines brightly. Neketaka is abuzz with praise for your deeds as well. Pleasure to see you again. Your manners do you much credit. I want to extend the thanks to the Royal Deadfire Company for what you've done here. He raises one hand towards the Adra beacon. You've restored a valuable asset, whether or not that was your intention. He gives you a quick, sly smile. The others at the palace will want to hear of this, no doubt, and you may as well take credit while the deed is fresh. I need to reach the Ashen Maw in Magran's Teeth. It's as though a cold wind has blown across the deck. At the mention of Magran's teeth, the Rowatarian sailors stare at you in shock and horror. Those who are not frozen with their mouths agape are whispering fearfully amongst themselves. Asura silences them with an unreadable glare. He turns back to you with a brittle smile that does not reach his eyes. Forgive my compatriots. Magran's teeth is a volcanic chain along the northeastern edge of the Deadfire. It's also among the most treacherous places in the archipelago. He casts a glance back at the anxious sailors. The waters around it are patrolled by giants said to be born of Magran's own volcanoes. Even our well-armed ships do not venture there. He tilts his head in apology. But I suspect Queen Onikaza could direct you to the Ashen Maw if you were set on going there. All the more reason to visit her palace, he smiles cryptically. At any rate, I have much to attend to, and it seems you do as well. Clear skies, Captain RPG called. Asura nods as his crew makes ready to sail once more. And yeah, apparently I do have to go to Neketaka. Oh, somebody's injured.
You blink and find yourself standing in the knee-high grass of an endless field, with the day just falling into dusk. Then, the earth falls away. The wind ceases, and you are sent tumbling up into the dark of the sky.
Great.
Watcher.
The
voice of the Pallid Knight shakes the earth at your feet. You have returned to Bareth's realm. Your soul once more called to attend the wishes of the God of Death.
Just bow.
Once again, you have spoken with the Child of Light. Tell me what you have learned.
He makes from Magran's teeth.
Intriguing.
The Pallid Knight stares past you, pensive.
While attend, tell me what your many eyes perceive.
Her words ring out, and a heavy silence descends. In the silence breaks the murmur of countless voices. They speak all at once in languages both known and unknown to you. In the space beside Bareth, an eye blinks open, followed fast by several more. They are round, keen eyes of Kith, the slit eyes of snakes, the small, dark marbles of birds, the bulbous lanterns of deep-sea fish.
Here we are.
A figure walks through the cloud of eyes as one might step through a door.
Oh, great.
It is an Orlan, then a pale elf, an ocean human, a Naga, each of them eyeless. They are Wal.
This is the first interesting thing to happen in ages, and we do so love a riddle.
The figure wears an Amawa's grin, and the many voices beneath its own titter.
Yes, it's so interesting when hundreds of Kith die so Aothis can take a stroll.
Some things must be lost to be found again. You knew that once, when you buried my scroll beneath the earth in Black Meadow. But it seems you have forgotten. We have read the book of your life, Watcher. It is heavy with the weight of your choices, and its pages are not unmarred by the blood of others. You read, but on a smaller scale. We see between the strings of the world, and Aothis is there, strumming them like a lute. His tongue is still, yet he sings of a coming joy. What tune he plays, we do not know. It is complex, ever-shifting. One moment vibrating in harmony, the next in discord.
A man strides through the door to Bareth's realm. Behind him lope wolves with lolling tongues, and jungle cats whose long tails twitch with every step. Galawain, the changeling, arrives, and he brings with him the wild heart of Aora's untamed places.
Multiple gods in this council.
Fast on Galawain's heels, a small wave of seawater washes across the tiles. It pours off the edge of the platform and cascades down into the beyond. From out of the water rears a glowing lure, then the head of a gigantic fish. The round black eyes of Andra roll to meet yours.
Aothis is nothing if not resourceful. I admire his nerve.
In the changeling's voice, you hear the soft patter of rain on leaves, and the rush of wind through treetops.
I'm impressed by his single-mindedness.
Hunger will drive the most pathetic of beasts to desperate acts of bravery. If his journey leads him back to us, he has proved himself worthy of return to the fold.
Aethys does not return to us. He returns to execute some grand plan. We must stop him.
Andra's voice rises like a tide, panic riding its crest. The doors lining the walls of Bareth's realm slam open in unison. Warped pieces of ancient armor and the remnants of discarded weapons roar through the doorways. They meet in the center of the room, in a shower of sparks, and form the vague figure of a man.
You know, the world of Pillars of Eternity has some really weird gods.
Finally,
I'll give him that.
A blacksmith's sledge hurtles past your shoulder, and the figure snatches it from the air. A man forged in metal stands before you. Twin flames ignite in his eyes, and a low rumble starts in his chest. He walks forward. With each halting, jerky step, you're assaulted with the unbearable screech of metal grinding upon metal.
We should destroy Aethys, that we might reforge him into something new, something stronger. He could be a weapon that all of us might wield.
Abaddon's words carry the heat of the forge. Behind them you hear the clang and clatter of hammer on metal, and the hiss of just quenched steel.
Abaddon speaks with wisdom.
The other gods don't seem too concerned.
He violates not their realms, but mine. I feel his urgency in every stamp of his feet along my spine. I will send tsunamis to slow him, if Mogren would stir the earth beneath Mogren's teeth.
The water at your feet recedes. Lava oozes up through the shallow water, and a woman made from the guts of the earth emerges. She settles her characteristic broadsword on her shoulder, and sighs a cloud of smoke and ash. Mogren returns.
In the age when our steps carved valleys across the face of Aeora, our bodies were impervious to all but the strongest attacks. I doubt fire and water will be enough to stop him. But I will bear down upon Aethys with all the heat and fury of the earth.
There must be another way to
If I
stop him.
must.
The death of thousands now could prevent the death of millions later.
Difficult calculus, but a logical one, too.
The deep, bellowing cry of an aurochs shakes the ground beneath your feet. The cry drones on and on, a moan without end. Wal's many eyes squeeze shut. Andra slips back beneath her waves. Mogren dissipates in a swirling cloud of steam. Galawain's beasts cower and whine. Only the pallid night
Was it
stands
Rim Grand?
impassive.
My end comes to all things in time. Should Aethys care to hasten the inevitable, I welcome his efforts.
What could Aethys possibly gain by destroying Aeor?
Aethys seeks a slate wiped clean. Freedom from the endless revolutions of Barath's wheel. The final emancipation of the countless stolen mortal lives the gods hoard within themselves.
The Child of Light will not choose the hour of my death.
Mogren tests the edge of her broadsword with a smoldering finger.
He sows chaos in his longing for a radiant dawn. So much will be lost in the cacophony of fear his actions inspire.
The crack of thunder rends the air. The gods fall silent.
We can wait no longer to act. Speak with him, Watcher. Discover what it is he plans.
I'll do my best.
Water begins to creep across the floor. It swells, runs swiftly, and catches at your ankles. You scrabble at the tiles, but it's no use. The current's pull drags you off the edge of Bareth's realm, and into the fathomless beyond. You splash down in water so dark you can't see the bottom. Then, The water recedes, gone, like a dream upon
Well, that's one way to get your
the hard wood of your cabin's
your message out there.
presses against your spine. The gods are gone, but you remain.
All right. Well, let's head into Neketaka. Assuming it lets me. A colorful parrot alights on the railing of your ship. A missive bound to its leg bears a sigil of the Kahanga tribe. Read. Queen Onakaza's missive. It will be my honor to host the savior of Hasanga at the Kahanga Palace. Neketaka is a city for Wana and outsiders alike, and there's no shortage of work for Kith who are determined to be as useful as you. Should you have the stamina for a good climb, the palace atop the Serpent's Crown could be your second home. Think on it. Okay, no problem. I think I've already been there, but... Whoops. No problem there. You know what? I haven't talked to you in a while.
I'll see it done. I'll take care of it.
Oh, you got nothing to say. How about you, Jody?
Tell me what's on your mind.
Have you suffered any recent nightmares?
Not a one. Thanks to you, I'm sleeping like a babe. No, better even.
Good,
I
good.
never knew nothingness could feel so warm and so nice.
Sounds like a heavy weight was lifted from your shoulders.
More like from my mind. No matter what comes to pass in the days and nights ahead, I won't forget who it was that brought me relief from the dreams.
Hey,
and
no
the
problem,
crush
Jody.
of the souls I'd acquired.
That's all for now.
I'm glad we talked.
Alright, well, let's go above board and hit the sea. Yeah, I gotta hit this. Well then. Oh, I gotta bring Adair back into the party. For well, I gotta return to Neketaka to change that slot. I gotta get Adair back in the party to deal with that group in Neketaka, don't I? Alright, now I can change her out. Alright, this is for the navigator. Who we got that's a good navigator? Or even a semi-passable navigator? Here, Oswald, you can be a navigator for a little while. Okay. Alright, let's go to the Serpent's Crown to get this out of the way. And then we can go deal with following up on Adair's stuff. Although I suspect there's just going to be a little bit of a turn in, and then this is where you're supposed to go there before you pick up and do all the quests that I did earlier. So, coming on in. The burn book grows warm in your pack. Wait, what? First of all, let's take a look at this. Do I have anybody that has just a +1 intellect? Let's try this for her. Alright, and what burn book? Where's the burn book? Is it a quest item? Open the book. How my siblings preened and postured after the events at Hasango, but came no closer to consensus? I cannot stomach such disorder. You don't need to reignite the Hydra Lighthouse. You didn't need to reignite the Hydra Lighthouse. Aothas had already gone. You could have tracked him to his next destination, but you opted to help the colony instead. Why? Payment, reward, the usual. Acting on self-interest alone is a purely mortal quality. At least you're honest about it. I already know the storms wreathing Pocoquara have gone still. We felt the change ripple through the beyond. With the essence restored, the region has a chance to heal and eventually thrive. Time will tell if it's what the Deadfire actually needs. My instincts were correct, and you are not content to let matter sit undisturbed. Good. I will continue observing your progress. So you killed that upstart pirate and put an end to his delusions of grandeur. Bravo. I thought I might chide you for slaying a ruthless and effective leader, but something about righteous vengeance always brings a smile to my face.
If you desire answers, look no further.
Okay.
I have several.
Has your opinion of mortals changed at all? Nothing you've done has tarnished it utterly beyond repair. You may congratulate yourself on that much, at least. Tell us about this enlightened society you once wanted. You're curious to know more? Excellent, you have what to ask. How would you even recognize that ideal society? A valid, self-defeating question, one which I pose often. We assumed that they, whoever they were, would reveal themselves to us. Rational government would rule in our stead, leaving churches vacant. Thanks to Aethys, we're pulling the dough from the oven before it's had a chance to fully rise. You unfortunate bastards never had the chance to prove me wrong. Why do the other gods tolerate your opposition? Opposition can take many forms. If our church embraces and weaponizes my doctrine, that is very different from me rampaging as a titan.
Aethys is not known for subtlety. Twice now, he has contaminated the purity of our experiment, and done so with extravagant displays that undermine our authority.
I am the counterpoint to the soft-hearted. It makes no difference if mortals pass some arbitrary test, my mind is settled on the matter. Regardless of my feelings, the timing of this crisis forces us to accelerate our schedule. Final judgment comes sooner than any of us would prefer. Doesn't this social engineering plan seem counterintuitive? You mean God's crafting a godless world? Naturally. My siblings desired to influence mortals and steer them in a proper direction, even if that direction led to places we could not follow. I had no intention of being left behind. Society would unravel without its queen to impose strict order. What happens if someone proves you wrong? If our pantheon had found that mortals cultivated a perfect, lawful system to maturity, I would not voice a word in protest. I would merely stand aside and wait for the inevitable collapse. Mortals need us. I know this as well as I know myself. Even a lawful and responsible society would be poised to collapse as long as its architects and strong adherents were mortal.
Any satisfaction that my siblings derived from their little experiment would be short-lived. And it would fall to me to clean up after their mess.
I don't like how only certain lines are voiced. Make no mistake, Watcher. In this, I cannot be proven wrong. Back to my other questions. I'm talking about the wheel and your rise to godhood. I can only divulge so much to mortals. Our oldest rules and limitations demand it, but I will entertain your curiosity. How did the Nguethans become gods? At the height of our power, we recognized the potential of the soul. We knew that it could be bound, split apart, diverted like a river, and hammered together. Hammering was trivial. Those of us who agreed with Apotheosis' project, and many who did not, submitted to a violent and horrible erasure of our individuality. After the dust settled, we adopted the forms of beings from Eora's most prevalent myths. There were other faiths and legends, but we labored to strike their names from history. Okay, how exactly does the wheel function? Much of reincarnation's mechanism still exists in the idea space of the beyond. You wouldn't find a wall of cogs and levers unless we conjured one to illustrate a point. The wheel has but one material component in all of Eora, something that we built to channel the essence through luminous Audra and into the beyond with a reliable continuity. Before we intervened, the flow of essence was directionless, unpredictable. We succeeded in widening the gap, diverting it, giving it an efficient path to flow. Okay, reincarnation existed before you, so why not just leave it alone? Before we took control of the wheel, reincarnation was error-prone, lacking forward momentum. Hollowborn were fairly common and hardly the worst of the soul maladies. Control gave us power to strengthen the souls of intelligent kith over generations. We made you wiser, stronger, more likely to develop the society we thought you deserved. Every turning of the cycle demonstrated the righteousness of my belief. Nature begets chaos, and discipline begets perfection. Back to my other questions. We'll speak again.
Monica nods stiffly. You feel
Alright,
her
so that was basically
drift
catching
as
up
a
on
breeze,
her opinion on a bunch of stuff I did.
as it goes.
Okay, not a problem. Let's, we still need to rest, don't we? But first, let's go to the palace. Into Kahanga Palace. Find out what the Queen has to say. Oh, I've still got a dare on me. Okay, so I can go down to, chat up, those people in the Grand Stair or wherever it is. Okay. Up in here. Talk to Prince Arui.
Akira, but I hear whispers that you visited the Hazanui's Adra lighthouse and survived.
Arui smiles, stroking his chin.
Too much has happened for you to waste words with the royal brother. From now on, you work with Onikaza as an honored guest of her rooftop garden. Only be kind to her cats.
She's got cats. All right, add some questions.
If you have questions, the royal brother will hear you.
I had questions about you and the Wana.
Akira, both topics I know well.
You know what? Never mind. I'm going to just talk to the queen. So we gotta go upstairs. Where is it? There's got to be stairs up in here somewhere, right? There we go, upper floor. Oh wait, we can go over here, right? Wait, have I talked to Atepu? I forget. I think I have. God damn it.
You have returned from the wastes unscathed.
Okay, there we go.
This is good.
Yeah, I've already talked to him. Ah, all the way up to talk to the queen. If I can remember where she is. Well, there's the rooftop. I haven't robbed this room yet. I haven't even been up here yet, have I? Yeah, I've been down here. That's the queen's chambers.
Bird.
All right. Yeah, where's the queen? There's a couple elder tigers and Queen Onikaza II.
My scouts tell me that you sail from Oriokoiki.
The queen raises her brow.
My brother calls the Wahaki the last true Huana. He's severe on the Kahanga, but I do not call him wrong.
Onikaza thumbs her chin and nods.
They say you fought a detachment of warriors on Motare Okozi. Then you have seen their fury firsthand. The tribe hates all foreigners. Passing ships are attacked on sight, and explorers never make it back to the beach.
Go on.
I have hesitated to let the trading companies see my teeth, but those days are behind us. Filling the seas with Wahaki war canoes will strike terror in the heart of even Rawatai's Iron Fleet.
Are we still pitting cannons against canoes, Highness?
Maya glances up furiously scribbling notes, her brow raised.
Cannons exhaust themselves after every battle cry. My warriors do not.
Before you rely too heavily on the Wakayu for support, you should know they consider me an enemy.
I need allies, Watcher. For what do you bring me foul omens?
With reluctance, she signals an attendant to pay you.
We need to be stronger than this, I say.
Onikaza brings her fist down on her armrest, her tigers raise their heads. They're lost, Your Majesty.
Ngati frowns on the Kahanga. This was a trial, a test of our fealty to the old ways. We failed her, I say.
My bad. That's the one I absolutely wiped out.
Fail her twice. A queen's work is not outdone by misfortune, and I am ready for her next trial.
Many of Onikaza's attendants smile and bob their heads in support.
Prayer and the wisdom of Kohopa will help steer my next course. I will send for you in time.
All right, I had other
Speak
questions.
freely, Herald of Bareth.
All right, farewell. Well, that's that. Let's head down to the Serpent's Crown. And head over to the Sacred Stair, although I think I'll have to deal with that next time, but let's... Oh, wait. What's this? There's another cat for the bag. Yes. Okay. This person's named. You find a young woman, or a young man with long blonde hair drawn back in a simple club. His clothes are spare but well-tailored, and his armor, a fine brigandine in blue and silver, is polished to a shine. He leans casually to one side, a clean hand on his hip, and sighs, bored. His eyes light up when he sees you.
Hello there. Come to have a word? I don't bite, I promise. Yes?
Tell me about yourself.
Gladly, my friend. Gladly. and how kind of you to ask.
He clears his throat with a theatrical wave of his hand.
I am the youngest son of a noble house. Now, don't make that face. Poor, desperate fool, you must be thinking. Well, waste not your sympathies on me. Truly, I consider it a boon rather than a punishment. All the comfort and none of the responsibility. What's not to like about that?
What are you doing in the Deadfire, then?
What else brings faraway travelers to the archipelago? Adventure. I've nursed a great love for heroic tales since my boyhood. As I was loafing about my father's estate, I thought, well, Gervard, isn't it time you made a name for yourself as well? So here I am. And though I dare say I'm little use in a fistfight, I can do a fair bit of magic and draw a lovely map. So I've taken to charting the interior wilderness of the Deadfire's larger islands.
That sounds dangerous in its own right.
Ah, but it's worth it for the stories I'll one day have to tell. But truly, if I could only inspire others as I myself have been inspired by those old tales, why, it would be marvelous. Anyway, enough of my prattling.
Oh, it's not a
Surely
trainer.
You've other things to do.
Can you teach me what you've learned?
It would be my absolute pleasure.
Here you are.
Very well.
History and Arcana. He pulls a collection of small maps from his pack and tells you the stories of the islands as he understands them, who has lived there and for how long, what beasts haunt their shadowed glades. Then he takes out his grimoire and shares some unusual magical knowledge he's picked up in his travels. At last, he stuffs the maps away, closes the grimoire with a snap, and bids you farewell. Alright, nice. And you know, that took a little bit of time, but somebody else has leveled up. Adair again. Boop, boop. Next. Oh. We got these two. The boosting that inspired strike and then taking the hit. And on that note, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to make my way downstairs. And we will just pick up in the next episode when we're going to the Sacred Stair. For now, it's been the RPG Crawler with Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. If you like what you've seen, remember to leave a like, comment on your feedback, and subscribe for more RPG content. Until next time, take care and goodbye. And if you are still watching, I would like to take the opportunity to thank my supporters, the top tiers of which are listed on the screen, without whose support I would not have been able to offer the variety of content that I have on this channel throughout the years. If you're feeling particularly generous and would like to join them, you can support the channel. There are a variety of options to do so. I have a Patreon, a Subscribe Star, as well as channel memberships enabled. If you are not in a position to contribute, simply leaving a like, a comment, or sharing my videos are all wonderful ways to help the channel grow without spending a dime, and are all greatly appreciated.